Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video here today from Simp Saver Sam titled Toxic Woman Grabs Man's Private Parts. Yes, you heard that right. And instantly regrets it, which is incredibly insane that women these days justify literally assaulting men. It always seems to be quote unquote different when they do it. Today's video was suggested to me by Matrix of Madness. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the pinned comment, so make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. Don't forget to leave your own comments, and let's jump right into the video.
This is how I would defend myself if a bunch of men broke into my house and wanted to rob me. Wow, gentlemen, you've arranged yourselves in such a beautiful circle. See, I'm a very accommodating host. No, stay here. You may want to rob my crib, but I'm gonna rob your sack first.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
It's kind of sad how this is what passes for humor nowadays, especially when these are the very same women who demand sympathy, respect, and dignity. Yet they will also turn around and claim that all men are toxic, hateful, bedroom-crazed oafs.
I did it. Here I am on my new bed, my princess bed. It's amazing. I feel like a different person already. I feel like I can do whatever I want, and I'm not responsible for anybody anymore but me. I don't know, things aren't going that great. I just keep thinking about what it used to be like.
That whole feeling like life is great thing didn't last long then.
We are witnessing a new era of divorce culture, guys. An entire army of modern women of literally all ages divorcing their husbands on an emotional whim and then documenting their downfalls in real time. And one of the things they all have in common is how quick the novelty of divorce wears off.
When things were good, and maybe all of this was my fault. Maybe I am a selfish, narcissistic. Maybe it's me. I don't know, but I'm kind of struggling. All that fake, all that happy, oh, I'm doing so great. I think I was in shock. And now it's coming like into reality, and I don't know. I know this is just a separation, and there are a lot of worse things in the world than this.
This is a perfect representation to the mindset of modern women these days. They will do some of the dumbest things imaginable in exchange for quick moments of temporary pleasure. Everything feels great and amazing until they sober up, and only then do they realize that they made a terrible mistake.
I don't know what my life's gonna be like. I can't seem to remember anything bad. I just remember all the good things.
You should have thought of that earlier.
Do you know what? I was going to roast her, but I'm not going to, because at least she's being honest. Yeah, she messed up, but, you know, she started all that stuff at the start saying, look, I'm really happy, everything's great. But then she said, look, all that stuff was BS. I could have been the problem. Out of all the videos we've watched like this, guys, you got to admit, at least she's being honest.
The only problem with that sentiment is how this woman has been notorious on the internet. She would later on post an extremely salty video where she's furious with her ex-husband for getting into a relationship with a 35-year-old after the divorce. She took responsibility for virtually nothing.
At least she's being honest.
So I saw a panel of women essentially trying to make the argument that they're all beautiful, they're all well accomplished, intelligent, successful women, and they're having such a hard time finding men.
Yeah.
And they don't understand why. Well, let me clear it up. Men who are in your exact shoes have plenty of women to select from because they're not trying to find their equal. They're trying to find someone who's going to be a good complement to what they've already got going on.
What's funny here is how what this woman was saying was common knowledge 20 years ago, but the mentality has changed so much that this reasonable explanation for what men want is now considered outlandish and borderline insulting to the modern woman.
Yeah.
You, standing in their shoes of being successful, high income, all these other things, are looking for an equal, which means your choices are going to be a lot slimmer. Not to mention, those men who you seek, you're not looking for any old man. You're looking for a specific man. And what are the odds that that specific man is sitting around waiting for you?
The only problem with that statement is that modern women aren't looking for their equals. They are claiming to want an equal, but what they actually look for is a man who is above her. right? Which coincidentally are the very same men who want nothing to do with them.
Women don't understand this, and I don't understand why. So I'm going to spell it out. You're going to be alone, and you're going to be very unhappy, even with all of your money and all of your success and all of your accolades, because you're not understanding that if you want to be the one who goes out and gets all the stuff that you need in order to thrive in this economy, you're going to end up with a partner who's going to complement you. You're not going to end up with an equal. That's just the facts. And that's something that men understand very well. Why is it so hard for women?
It's hard for modern women to understand this because they cling onto this delusion that their lives are a massive fairy tale. They act like they are in complete control of their lives, yet they also think that fate will deliver them a man who will give them the perfect life. They make absolutely zero sense.
Do you know what's funny? I was having this conversation about half an hour ago about this, and there's a lot of relationships where the girl will be so focused on her career and the money and things like that. And do you know how many times I've heard whispers in shadows like, oh, I make this much, he makes a bit less, I haven't spoke to him about it, but you know, I feel like I deserve someone who makes the same, if not better. Guys don't care what a girl makes. We don't think like that.
Modern women assume that men think like them, that they care about the same things, and any man who tells them differently, they will fervently deny it and call the man toxic, dusty, or broke. They want the fantasy more than they're willing to accept the actual reality of the situation. I
just think when a woman's purpose is purely on her career, her job, and she's like, no, I don't want kids, I don't want a family, none of that, man, it's always a disaster at the end of the tunnel coming.
Big man thing, yeah? It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
You know how they say that educated women are not going to get married or something like that? I don't know. I'm so jealous of like the girls that are just like so, you know?
Don't say it.
Because they have hot boyfriends and rings on their fingers.
But many of these women who want relationships, they think that if they get married, then that means the relationship is successful. The only problem is they either don't or refuse to understand that marriages take a lifetime's worth of work in order to make them successful.
And I want to uneducate myself. Like, I just want to know nothing. It seems pretty nice. Imagine just like thinking the best of your boyfriend who's hot and like and tall and...
Notice how the first two things she mentions are that the guy must be hot and tall, not kind, not hardworking, not loyal, just hot and tall. And what's really funny is how long it took for her to come across those two insanely simple descriptions.
Played baseball in high school and has a lot of tattoos. Like, I'm attracted to them, but then they open their mouths and then I'm instantly not, and I'm like, oh, I deserve better than this.
What did I say in the last clip, guys? There you go. It's like bread and butter. There you go. You always hear that.
Like, where do I get... Can I just empty my brain?
In other words, what she's saying is a lot of these girls who aren't very intelligent always seem to be the ones that are getting wifed up. But these girls can say what they want. The guys aren't picking them.
Let's be honest here, even if the men that these women think they deserve pick them for a long-term relationship, how long do you think it would take for her to become dissatisfied and start acting like she deserves better? Let me know in the comments what you guys think.
The guys aren't picking them. And she is wrong. Guys do like educated women. No one wants to be dating a plank of wood. But what this girl's failing to see is I don't think it's her IQ that's what's making these guys not want to date her.
Men need to respect women, period.
So you should respect women.
I'm sorry, I am a woman, so you if you don't think so. And how dare you sit up here and try to say that women aren't worth respect? You.
I didn't say that.
I am a woman. I just became a woman. It's just like, are you kidding me?
Woke people, for lack of a better term, will never understand that respect is earned. You can't make threats, throw temper tantrums, and call people names and think that they'll be respected afterwards. You don't just get respect because you support the current thing.
People don't even respect me, period. And I'm already black, so it's just like, yeah, that already goes against me anyways. But still, You piece of living garbage ass dumpster fire trash gum on the bottom of my shoe. Oh my God, I wish I had a tissue for the blood. I would.
Wow. If he was saying the exact same thing to him, be front page news. Can't ignore the testosterone kicking in. Can't hide from that, mate.
Might I suggest it's your behavior, not because you're black or a woman.
If you ask any of these people how they are oppressed in everyday life, they won't be able to give you any specific examples. They will just give you vague talking points, slogans, and mean tweets. These are some of the most privileged people on the planet, and they refuse to believe it because they were told otherwise, and they want to believe otherwise.
I'm sorry. Can I stop here? Can I stop here, please?
Stop it. Get some help.
I can't lie, like I do just want to be. Yeah, I do.
You always tend to hear this after the clubbing, after the partying, after all the whapping going on. You know, Ibiz budget on a Sunday, or even on a weekday for that matter. You always hear this at the end when they've had enough, maybe late 20s, early 30s, or they've been around the block a few times. Like,
what's tragic is how these women could have easily had that back in their early 20s if they played within their league and didn't buy into the delusion that is the modern woman's lifestyle. But she chose to live that life, and these are the consequences.
I'm not saying this is what the case is here, but you hear it a lot.
I do want to be, okay? And it's okay to want to be. I used to be this independent woman that didn't need anybody, didn't need no man. I actually need a man. A man. Not a boy, a man. That's gonna like, hey girl, that kind of stuff, you know? It's also gonna protect me, look after me emotionally, care for me, be honest, be loyal, be funny. Funny is such a big one.
The men she's describing are the exact same men that she ignored back when she was pretending to be strong and independent. And now those men want nothing to do with her, so she resorts to petty tactics by calling them quote-unquote boys.
Thing is, the guys she's talking about have already probably approached her in the past, and she said, "Nah, I'm good." She was looking for the other dudes. Most of the guys these girls talk about are in the friend zone.
Like, you've got to make me laugh, because I'm quite a funny gal, I'd say. I've been told I'm quite funny anyway. Just going to take that face value. Yeah, like this. Like this. Like, you know? Is that too much to ask for? Is it? Too much to ask for. Serious. It's not that deep, you know?
She's looking for someone to pick up the pieces of the life that she destroyed. It's not enough to have a man that will take care of her. He is going to be responsible for taking on the baggage that she created for herself.
But I just want to be loyal, kind, calm, get on with my family, make me feel emotionally safe. Hug me. Unlimited hugs. Again, I don't know if I've said that one. I think I might have. Yeah. That's where we're at. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hope everyone finds the love of their lives, and I hope I do too.
Some guy must have texted her before this video saying, "Look, I like you, everything's cool, but I don't want to see you anymore." Someone made this girl think like, "Damn, man, maybe I'm not the main character."
That's the problem with a lot of these women. They think that true love is just out there, just waiting for them to show up, and they aren't willing to lift a finger to make a relationship happen. And every time the relationship fails, they learn nothing and continue to make the same mistakes.
50% of marriages end in divorce.
I don't think those odds are too bad.
That's pretty, 50%'s pretty bad.
You wouldn't flip a coin for the love of your life?
If I was in an airplane and I was skydiving.
That is a risky coin flip, because if it goes the other way, you got a lifetime membership you can't get out of.
And there's a 50% chance that the parachute doesn't work. I'm not taking that bet. So these are all men who have had divorces initiated against them. Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Dr. Dre, Ryan Reynolds, Tom Brady, Lance Armstrong, Alex Rodriguez, Channing Tatum, Chris Rock, Ben Affleck, Chris Pratt, Liam Hemsworth, Ben Stiller.
The men he's listing off are incredibly successful. Many of them are talented, good-looking, charismatic, all the things that modern women claim that they want, and yet they have no problem initiating a divorce whenever it suits them. So much for a coin toss for the love of your life.
David Duchovny, Orlando Bloom, Tiger Woods, Sean Penn, Sylvester Stallone, Paul McCartney, Ryan Felipe, Jason Momoa, Michael Jordan, Steven Crowder, although that's not a great, I don't want to get into history.
And guys, why do you think all these people are super successful, multi-millionaires, some of them good-looking guys, no Diddy, right? Why do you think they've all gone through divorces? We all know it's because of the bread. That's it. Because a lot of girls would be like, oh, if my guy was successful, you know, I wouldn't leave him, blah, blah, blah. But it's money. That's what it's about.
Men have zero incentive to get married nowadays. He is required to put up everything he's built for himself. He is required to provide and protect, and if the marriage fails, he stands to lose everything, while the woman stands to gain everything while contributing next to nothing. What is the point?
Steven Crowder thing. In any case, these are all very attractive men, high status men, wealthy, and even they can't keep a chick. So me as like, I consider myself like kind of a normal dude. I think, bro, if Brad Pitt can't keep a chick, I'm fucked.
Yeah, he's completely right. If Brad Pitt and these other people are out here catching lifetime memberships, your average dude who's working 4 days a week at Tesco, man, it's hard. It's hard. It's a really big risk out here, man. You know, there's that motto saying you should always wrap up, mate. You should always multi-wrap these days, man, because 2024, a lot of chicks are just about the bag.
Modern women see marriage as a business. Self-respecting men see marriage as a massive gamble where the odds are stacked against them. That is just the sad truth.
It took less than 15 minutes to get legally married, and it cost $75. To get divorced took 37 months, cost me well over $100,000, 99% of all of my belongings and possessions that I had amassed for my whole life, everything from childhood. I lost all those things. I would never get married again.
I thought you lose 50% of your stuff. This man lost 99%. And yeah, that's actually a really good point. You know, you can get married for like 30 quid and then it costs 6 figures to end it. The divorcing game really is a business, isn't it?
What's insane to me is how these women have absolutely no problem destroying these men, and then to add insult to injury, they take everything that man has made for himself and they act like they deserve it for reasons that don't even make sense to a child.
This is why you don't have to double think. You got to triple think about getting married. You really do, because you are rolling the dice.
Because I'm gonna record this shit, bro.
All right.
What do you mean, what? Literally just got you this ring, bro, and this is how you treat it. It's already in the box.
I don't need to wear it all the time, Kevin. I don't need to wear it all the time, Kevin.
What do you mean?
I don't need to wear it all the time, babe.
Bro, name one who wouldn't wear the ring. Yeah, they don't have to wear it to sleep, but this ring been in this box, and only wear this ring for a picture, dude. A picture, Giselle, really?
Modern women will base the value of a marriage based on the monetary value of their engagement ring. If she thinks it's cheap, she will refuse to take the marriage seriously, and she will openly disrespect the man who works hard for her because she feels like he didn't waste enough money.
And bro, I record this because if I left her, y'all would know why. I'm documenting all this, bro. If I left you, you would know why. You know there's a out there that would have appreciated this, bro.
Yeah. But I don't need to wear it all the time, Kevin.
To be fair, I'm going to stick up for the guy and the girl with this one. For him, yeah, if she's saying I don't need to wear it all the time and I only wear it for this place and that place, that's a red flag.
You can tell she didn't appreciate the gesture he made. She's actively disrespecting her man over this, and what's worse is that she refuses to tell him the truth. She's just repeating the same excuse over and over again with zero emotion.
That's a red flag right there. But for her, this guy just pulled the ring out in bed. He's got some like duck hat on. I don't know what he's wearing, but he's not even dressed. They're just laying in bed. They probably just watched some Netflix, ate some food, and he's pulled the ring out and he's filming it. she probably thinks he's just playing around, he's just joking. Like, I think if you're going to propose, you should do it in a manner that comes across like you ain't taking the piss.
That's a fair point. It probably wasn't a good idea to record this ordeal and put it on the internet. Sometimes your privacy actually is more important.
This is your ideal date? Like, you just bring me to, like, literally nowhere? This is the date that you had me dressed up in a dress and everything?
Do you cook for me? Do you clean the house? Bro, we literally had to hire a maid just to clean their house because you literally didn't want to do it.
Damn.
We go out to eat every single day because you don't cook. Yes, this is a date for you.
Dang.
The amount of money that man is wasting is absolutely astounding. Maids are not cheap. Eating out every night is not cheap. Her taste in clothing is most likely not cheap. And yet she's complaining that he's not doing enough for her. So the question must be asked, what is she actually willing to do?
Yeah, I've got a date tonight.
Huh?
A date.
A date?
So I'm looking to
How tall is this guy, man?
impress. Yeah.
Oh, no, not us.
No.
I'm not available.
No.
You?
No, I've got my own date.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. No, he's going on a date, so he's looking for a cologne. Oh, for cologne? I thought you said that. I mean, I thought you were asking us, like,
You thought I was hitting on
Yeah.
you? No. I want your advice because
my advice.
you ladies.
Oh, okay.
know
I thought you were asking
sense.
for a...
No,
Good save.
I'm good.
Okay.
I've got a date. Don't
Oh,
worry.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. He backed me up.
You got me.
Were these women just hanging out at the makeup corner as if they were drinking wine at a bar? They're both dressed in the same color and hanging out at a makeup counter at an expensive department store. That guy probably assumed that they worked there, not just hanging out for no reason.
You end up popping hers? I bet I could guess, but go ahead.
What would you say?
Probably all the stuff on my face.
The tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. She could be a nice girl, I'm sure she is, but face tats? Nah, man, that ain't it. That ain't it.
I'm not sure my mom would kind of approve.
Definitely respect that. I actually have like other things too.
Other things like what? Oh.
This used to be common sense, but if a woman's face runs the risk of being attracted by refrigerator magnets, then she probably has too many facial augmentations.
He was second guessing.
I got so many questions.
Yeah.
But you know what? We gonna save that for another day.
I said, fuck that.
I've got nothing against tattoos. I've got plenty of them. But I just think when you go up past the neck onto the face, it's all a bit mad. It's all a bit mad. You got to think when she's old, she's got kids and she's got like barbed wire on her face and love hearts and all these holes from piercings. That's going to look crazy, man.
If a woman wants to get a bunch of tattoos, that is her choice, but at the same time, a lot of guys will consider this to be a red flag.
That's going to look wild.
What would you rate me out of 10?
Fuck off.
What did he say?
What is the difference between a man who spoils his woman and a man who's whipped?
The biggest difference is the size of his bank account.
A man that spoils his woman wants to spoil his woman, like wants to make her feel loved, like wants to do all those things. Somebody's whipped, they just feel like they're in control and the woman like wears the pants in the relationship.
Yeah.
If a woman expects to be spoiled, does that mean she expects her man to be whipped?
No. And do you want me to elaborate why?
Sure.
I feel like it goes into like the love languages. Like one of them's like gift giving, or mine's acts of service. So it's not like I want somebody to like wait on me. That's just like how they show their love to me.
When a modern woman says that her quote-unquote love language are acts of service, it just sounds like she's looking for a butler to wait on her hand and foot.
Do you feel men shame each other for being whipped the same way women slut shame each other for being easy?
In a
Yes.
joking way, yes.
This is the thing, guys. I'm going to get deep here. This is a complex game, okay? Because girls always say they want a nice guy, and I don't have many female viewers, but a lot of girls will message me and say, how do I know my man likes me, and how can I get him to do nice things for me when he doesn't? Listen, guys, if you love a girl, or girls, if your man loves you, guys get gratification out of making a girl happy.
It is true, a man will move mountains to make sure the woman he cares about will smile. But that's rather difficult to do when your average woman is incapable of feeling happy.
And that's how you know girls, that he loves you. If he gets gratification out of making you happy, that's because he loves you, right? And just because you do nice things for your partner, it doesn't mean you've got to be whipped. But there are a lot of wet wipes out there, man, who would just do what they're told. They got no boundaries. They're not going to say, nah, we ain't doing that. We should do this instead. There's plenty of wet wipes out there. Girls say they want a wet wipe, a nice guy, all this stuff, but they don't want that. They don't want that.
That statement is partially true. Modern women don't want men like that for relationships. She wants them to make sure her friend zone is always fully stocked.
Every go-getter out there wants to make their partner's life easier. But that doesn't mean for a minute that you've got to be a wet wipe with no backbone. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, let me know.
We go back to societal norms that we don't tend to give men. As society has progressed, we become so alternative lifestyle. We don't fit into these societal norms. But when it comes to men, their roles have never changed. But now women's roles are interchangeable now.
The role of men has changed, just not for the better. Men are still expected to do the backbreaking labor to keep society maintained, as well as any other job a woman refuses to do, but he's also required to silently accept inhuman amounts of disrespect, emasculation, and degrading behavior from modern-day women.
Oh, well, we don't have to cook. We don't have to be submissive. We don't have to clean. This is the rhetoric we're hearing. While a man's job is he has to be a provider. There's no flexibility in that.
And I'll tell you why I feel like it has came to that type of conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times what we've seen in households where women are bringing those type of things to the table, there's no acknowledgement. There's no form of appreciation. They are being violated. They are being cheated on. They are being treated very low.
Men receive next to no recognition for anything that they do. They're expected to do everything and must bend over backwards just to receive a half-hearted thank you in return.
So why would a woman continuously be that type of sole provider or go out her way to learn how to cook, clean, provide, be nurturing, stay at home? Why would a woman do that?
But
they
you
would
know,
have to create a form.
You know there's men that's providing for women that have got cheated on? So do you think that's a valid excuse for the next man to be like, you know what, I provided everything for this woman. She cheated on me, so now I'm never going to do it again.
And it's not your job to prove women wrong.
Yeah, he ain't wrong. There's a lot of pressure out here for dudes. Guys, we all feel the pressure of wanting to provide and working non-stop to provide for our families. But what this woman's saying is there's girls out here doing it for the wrong dudes, which I completely agree.
Modern women will punish the good men for the sins of the bad boys that they love. Because she chose bad men over and over again, the good men must take the blame and change themselves in order to cater to her emotional baggage.
There's girls who are going to work, coming home, cooking, cleaning, all that, and their boyfriend's a bum. I get that. That shouldn't happen. But we should always strive to do the right thing for our partners. And you can't treat your new relationship based on your past relationship, vice versa. The simple answer is, if you're playing your part and your partner isn't, you gotta bounce.
A man's self-respect and dignity should never be exchanged for a woman who won't respect him. It's as simple as that.
Somebody robbed me of my and I'm asking if it was you or you or you.
Someone robbed her.
It was him.
I did not take it.
I did not.
Oh, wow.
Stop! I literally feel it. I literally feel it.
I can feel it.
Where is it? She wants your dick.
Stop!
Stop!
I don't have it.
Out of here, bro. I'm not gonna hurt
I don't have it.
I'm
Stop!
not gonna hurt you.
I don't have it.
Stop!
We never know when we're going to come close to it. And
I
don't have it though. I don't have it.
Go. I don't fucking know.
Oh, security's here. What? He's getting kicked out.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.